began with the Prime Minister reaffirming that he is committed to getting growth back to 8% or even higher, and it was reassuring to hear him list out all the things the government has done, is keen on doing. For example, the number of infrastructure projects they are going to clear. So clearly the government is keen that the growth comes back with a bang.
What are the 3 or 4 things that we need immediately to happen? So we are saying that things are going to happen in 2 weeks and all those things. For us to get some more confidence, what are the 3 or 4 immediate measures that will help the industry?
First and foremost, there are lots of infrastructure projects. If we get those accelerated, we will see growth come back in that sector. It will also give relief to sectors like power sector. So that's one. Second is to ensure that many of the policies regarding the foreign direct investment are implemented on the ground, and ease of doing business improves in India. The third is, they've actually talked about the investment climate in India, issues related to retrospective amendments and things like that. I think we need to continue to reassure, saying that we have a stable policy regime in India. We will be a long-term investment destination for the industry. Lastly, we have to get manufacturing growth to manufacturing's contribution to the GDP to 25%. So what are the things that we can do in terms of the National Manufacturing Investment Zone, in terms of again invigorating the small and medium sector, maybe improving the investment climate in research and development, looking at even interest rates such that there is a climate to invest in capital and invest capital and things like that. So these are some of the things which I believe will help us.
So you're going to lead the industry for the next 1 year, what do you think of the India of tomorrow? How do you going to take this forward?
There's a great opportunity for us over the next several years. India continues to be a preferred destination for any organization that is looking at the India market. India continues to be a preferred destination for investment, and there's a huge opportunity for citizens in India to participate in this growth story. If you look at the last 20 years, clearly we have moved about 250 million people to middle class, and we can continue to do so over the next decade. So I am very optimistic, and I want to look at some of the things we need to do. First of all, we need to continue to focus on reforms, governance, etc. Second, we need to look at innovation and entrepreneurship. Third, we need to look at small and medium enterprises, which are engines for any economy, so ease of doing business. And fourth, we need to look at what are the things that we need to do to work together and transform the environment that exists in India today, the environment in our own organizations. How can we become more competitive, leveraging technology, leveraging innovation. So these are some of the things that I would work with my council and members to make it happen.
There is a global economic slowdown, and the scenario is like that most of the growth for India has to come from India as one way. From that perspective, what is it that has to happen?
So first and foremost, the global economy is actually improving, and that will be a positive for us. Second, we have a very large domestic consumption led economy, and if we continue to focus on reforms like GST, etc., we can actually stimulate the local growth itself. So if we can look at agriculture, if we can get manufacturing going, and of course our services sector. So clearly there is an opportunity that we can leverage our larger dependency on the domestic market than many of the countries around us. So our dependence on export is limited, and that's to me an advantage for us to leverage at this point.
Finally, CII today morning noted National Council for Economic Growth. How will it drive how will it bring people together?
See, in a democracy, definitely the environment is complex for decision making. The environment is complex to set priorities, to make sure that we are moving in the right direction on an ongoing basis. We need to continuously measure ourselves, continuously look at the status of projects and make sure that we are moving in the right direction. Then the Economic Council will actually help us bring all the different stakeholders together and discuss, debate and make sure that we are moving in the right direction. It will allow us to coordinate things better and make sure that we are moving in the right direction.